welcome to Cutscene Conversations. We're doing the episode Shauna in the Sauna. Shauna, it's getting hot in here. We're already at 100 degrees, right?
And we're keeping our clothes on.
Yes.
All night to make it awkward off the
right?
lip. Good job, Tim.
So we are at location HOTWORX in Atoka, Tennessee, and I've got a little ad read for us. Ready to sweat like never before? Welcome to HOTWORX in Atoka, Tennessee, where fitness meets fun in our sizzling infrared saunas, and it's hot. My ears are getting hot. Say goodbye to boring workouts and hello to detoxifying, circulation boosting, calorie burning, pain relieving, and flexibility enhancing sessions, all while basking in the glow of our infrared magic. With 9 isometric sessions and 3 HIIT sessions to choose from, we've got more variety than a buffet on a cheat day.
Oh, solid.
Get ready to laugh in the face of time as you maximize your workout in minimal minutes at HOTWORX Atoka. Because who says getting fit can't be a hot mess of fun? Join us today and let's turn up the heat on your fitness journey.
Right, it is getting hot. You
Right?
say it's hot. I'm like,
HOTWORX Atoka is a franchise owned by Summer and Justin Casebolt. Amazing people. Thank you for letting us use the facility.
Thank you, guys.
And managed by Miss Julie Elrod, Saint, sent to us. She actually offered this up, and she was like, we can call it Shauna in the Sauna. That's actually what
it's her idea. Yeah.
They offer a comfortable atmosphere where you are certain to feel like a part of the family. Mention this podcast for 50% off your enrollment fee. Which, it's freaking awesome. I've been here a couple times, haven't worked out. This is the first time we're kind of sitting in here in the heat. I can tell you, even from our regular workouts with saunas, like this one's a little different.
A little.
So with that, we're going to get right into it. Let's intro first. This is Shauna Gandenberger.
Let's go.
Hello, Shauna.
Hello, you guys. Thanks for having me.
We're super excited to have you here. We have a few questions for you.
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm as ready as I'll be. So.
You'll be?
I'm
okay.
ready.
All right. So, first one would be, who do you want to be like when you grow up, and why is it cold?
Well, the answer is yes, Cole Gandenberger, my brother. And I would say, so I have an older brother who's about 4 years older than me. And
he's so old.
He's old. He's growing up. He just had his first little kid.
Didn't he like break all of his leg one time?
He shredded his knee.
Yeah,
to pieces.
And not playing the guitar.
He also one time got hit by an ice cream. No, hit by a car while we were getting ice cream from an ice cream truck.
Oh.
And then one time bit his tongue almost off completely while we were playing in the hallway.
He's lived like a full life.
He's got a lot going on.
Yeah, actually, you can go back and listen to a couple interviews with Mr. Cole on Cutscene Conversations Season 1 and Season 2.
Right? Here's the thing, though. That sounds painful. Why would you want that?
Want what?
You said you want to be like him, and then
there's a lot of other reasons I would say I've always wanted to be like my brother. Like I said, he's 4 years older than me. So as a little kid, I just did the things that he did. So he played baseball. He was the catcher. I became the catcher. He played piano. I was like, cool, give me piano lessons. And it was always, I never would have admitted it, but I just did the things that he did. And I would ask him to teach me, like, hey, will you give me some lessons? And every lesson lasted 20 minutes before we were screaming at each other in the yard. And then there was never a lesson number 2. It just ended. But I guess I wish I had said I grew out of that. But my brother, he's 4 years ahead of me, so he started college when I was starting high school. He, after college, started working in ministry and communications, that kind of stuff. I then went to college for communications, wanting to go into ministry. My first job, I'm currently the communications coordinator at 901 Church. He was formerly the communications coordinator at 901 Church. I moved to Memphis like 2 years after he did to do his old job. So I guess not much has really changed. I've always wanted to be just like Cole. He's the best big brother. Taught me everything I know to this day.
Except now you can have lesson number 2, I would assume, right? And 3 and 4.
Yeah, that was a total. I came to intern for him, and we both were nervous of like we like each other, but we have a long track record.
We like each other, but we like each other.
I'm not very teachable under him, so I was like, this is going to be bad. But I came to be his intern. I guess we matured. We grew up a little bit because now. I would say that I'm a pretty good student when it comes to my brother being my teacher. It's gotten a lot better. Yeah.
Good.
He's a pleasure to work with.
Good.
So I'm going to change the order a little bit.
Oh, why do you throw curveballs, man?
So because it flows, all right? So talk about being a kid at home. I do research on our interviews.
Oh.
I take this seriously.
So I've found out.
So when you were younger, when you wouldn't get your way, was there a specific thing you would do?
Yeah, I had a whole routine for this, actually. I was raised as the youngest of 3 siblings. And then later on, when I was about 12 or 13, my mom got remarried, so I got some younger step siblings. But for the majority of my life, I was the baby. And I took that role very seriously. My brother...
It's a big responsibility.
100%, yeah. My brother... Also, I'm getting out of breath because it is so hot in here.
We're
at 114 degrees.
Let's go.
But my brother was like golden child, never did anything wrong in the sight of my parents. Yeah, he's cold.
Husky Cole.
Sweet guy. But I was the only one who, like, I think truly saw his dark side. Of, like, he would bully me sometimes. So, like, I would just want to hang out with him and his friends, and they would like be like, "Get away, dummy! You're 4. Like, don't hang out with us." And so like, I'd want to play.
Was this when you were like, when he was 8?
Yeah. So like, I'm 4, he's 8. I'm 8, he's 12. All of these type things. I just always wanted to hang out with him. He had bigger things he was like concerned about. I remember one specific time, him and his friends are on the trampoline. I wanted to play on the trampoline, and they said, "Hey, if you jump with us, you're gonna get hurt. 'Cause we're bigger than you."
Right.
And I was like, "Nah, fam, I'm good. Let me jump." They said, "Okay, you're gonna get hurt though." And I said, "It's fine." Well, I got on the trampoline. I jumped.
Yeah.
I got hurt.
Yeah.
And then this is what he's talking about. I ran inside, and I had this weird blue bear, and it had a little button on its hand, and if you squeezed it, it would sing the song that went, "Baby face, something, something, baby face." And I would grab this bear, I would sit in front of my mirror in my bedroom, crisscross applesauce, I'd hold the bear, I'd make it sing the song, and I would just watch myself weep in the mirror. I'd leave the door open so everyone in the house saw that I was crying.
You're the youngest. Yeah. They needed to know.
My mom had to see that I was crying, so then she would ask, and I'd say, "Bubba did it," and the whole thing. But I would just watch myself cry while letting this bear sing to me. And I did that probably until I was 8. Yeah. Probably 8 or 9, and it's like Cole hated it, and he would like, I tell everyone, I'm who I am today because my brother like he bullied me to it.
The bad stuff.
He made fun of me for holding that doll to the point that like I stopped doing it because I found out that was embarrassing, and now I don't do it anymore. But yeah, there was a long time.
It's like, I really hate him right now. Man, he really made sense.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I am who I am today because he made fun of me for all the weird stuff I used to do. So
speaking of
weird,
right.
Thank you, Cole.
Speaking of weird, this one's gonna feel awkward. But speaking of being childish and doing very
don't know if this was
things,
childish.
Right?
I don't know if this was like young.
Well, either way, still, I got a note that says kissing cousins.
Oh. Listen.
How old? First of all, we got to know how old.
Okay, well, I need to preface before we get really deep into it. Kissing cousins is the wrong analogy here because we never kissed.
Okay,
that's good.
We did date and hold hands, and it was in between the 9th and 10th grade, but
13,
we didn't
14.
know we were cousins.
Oh, well, see.
No, it's like 15. Like 15. We're about to driver's license.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Me and Tim, we're second cousins and didn't know it for years.
5, 6 years.
I mean, we were close
had
friends.
A real good friendship going on, and then my grandpa died,
and my mom was at the funeral,
and that was her uncle, my grandfather, and then he moved away. Yeah, so he found out we were family, and he fled.
Yeah,
I was like,
he left. He couldn't be around for that.
Right.
We're related now. I'm out.
Yeah. So like, picture this: you're in the 9th grade. New boy comes to your school. He's in your class. All your friends hang out.
Not
you
that
and him
excited.
kind of have this like little. I mean, for you guys it'd be girls, but for me, it's like we start Snapchatting. It's a kind of a thing. We talked for a little bit. Ended up breaking it off. We're still friends. The end of 9th grade, we kind of hit it off again. We're talking. We're like a thing this whole summer after 9th grade. And I remember specifically, it's the day before 10th grade starts, and we're all at his house, and we're just like talking, and we're on the couch. And it was a tradition at our high school for this thing called a senior camp out, which was the night before senior year. All the seniors would go to, so I'm from the woods, so someone's pasture, and they would camp, and then wake up the next morning and go to school together. So we're little like baby sophomores excited about when we're going to be seniors. Like, where's our camp out going to be? And I was like, oh my gosh, we could have it at my family's farm, like the Rutledge farm.
Because it's a huge farm,
Yeah, and he says, you mean like the Rutledges in Hazelhurst? Well, context, he's from Byram, which is like 25 minutes from where I'm from, Hazelhurst. And I'm like, yeah, that's like my cousins. he kind of turns his head and is like, "Those are my cousins."
Oh,
And
no.
I get kind of serious. I'm like, I'm like raised on Rutledge land. Like, this is my family.
Oh, no.
Right.
And he's like, no, like, I have cousins with that last name, and they live in Hazelhurst and have a farm. And I was like, this is bad. So we called his parents in the room. We did a little bit of digging. Turns out we're cousins. So
like first cousins, second cousins?
I think like
doesn't
fourth.
matter, cousin.
I think it was like fourth.
Close
So-
enough
Close
to be
enough to be
uncomfortable.
like,
Close
I'm
enough
out.
that we knew that we'd probably run into each other if like someone passed away, and we
Ooh.
realized
Yeah,
in
that's
that
too close.
moment.
Yeah.
Too close.
And it went like this. We were sitting on the couch and we shook hands. And I said, "See you at school tomorrow, buddy." And that was the end of our
Killed everything
yeah,
for
that
you.
was the end of our romance. We remained friends. We went to the same college. We're still friends to this day.
That sounds like
Nice.
a very intelligent.
Decision. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I got the note and I thought one thing, but then, like, that turned out to be
Yeah.
a way better story than I.
Yeah.
But kissing cousins is it's misleading because we only held hands in the movies twice. Like that was it.
Right. So it's
Never
more
kissed.
like dating cousins.
Dating cousins.
No,
yeah.
not
No.
better. Not better.
Yeah.
Severe friendship cousins.
Severe friendship cousins.
There you go.
So,
What is your track record for fish?
For fish. Well, currently I've got this little fish named Bob.
I'm
Who
scared.
oh, let's go.
Bob's a unit. This guy, he's lived a hard life. Right now, he's living in a little Tupperware container with some glasses, and I've been
Mhm.
feeding him freeze-dried chicken,
Oh,
trying to bulk him up, and he's doing great.
wait, what kind of fish is he?
He's a little glowfish from PetSmart.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, he's having a good year, but
Did he maybe go to a farm and his cousin come back?
No,
It's like
listen,
Bob the 15th.
I've been checking on Bob. This
Checking on.
like every day. Like
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, every
That's-
day I go and look at him and see what he's doing. I've promised him I'm moving in a few weeks, and I've promised Bob that if he survives the harsh conditions he's living in now, I'm taking him with me, and I'm going to buy him like a penthouse of all.
Let's
Well,
go.
hold on.
But
If you die, well,
Yeah, too
no. If you don't die, you get the joy of
I
coming with me where I have a new job.
I've got to tell.
That's like
I've
the
gotta,
backwards of the Christian life.
he's going to prove to me he's got a little bit of grit, you know.
Yeah,
And so
oh,
before
yeah.
he makes a big move, but
I mean, he is the first fish to survive, Shauna.
it's true because when I
Wait,
was a
first
child,
fish?
yeah, we had little fish when I was a kid. A lot of them goldfish. I remember like I loved them. I would look at them every day and I always wanted to feed them, little shaker.
Mhm.
Well, this, to no fault other than my own, I one day went over to feed them, and the food wasn't there because someone had like hid it from me, so that they thought I was going to overfeed the fish and they were going to die. So I go to feed them, and I didn't realize this. I was little, so I go to feed the fish, and there's no food. And so logically, I think, well, what else does this that I can feed them with? Like,
Crust
You have to
bread.
feed
Hold on. Can we get a multiple choice?
yes.
All right, let's go. All right, here we go.
So you're looking around the kitchen.
Yep.
You see, crushed red pepper.
Yep.
You see.
That's where my mind went.
baby powder. That's in a
Uh,
shaker bottle.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I'll give you
You
that.
Okay.
see salt,
Oh, yeah.
and you see
Parsley.
parsley. And you're like 5 years old.
Salt.
What's the most accessible and you think will satisfy the fish the best?
I mean, I'm thinking immediately that the crushed red peppers look like fish food.
And I'm
That
thinking
is valid.
salt.
Or I went salt.
Yes.
I found the salt shaker. I was like, you guys are so hungry. I fed them, and they all died.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because they're freshwater fish.
Who would have known that at my age?
How old were you?
Like 5. And I was homeschooled. I didn't have a ton of I was kind of sheltered. I didn't have a
All
ton of,
you do was season your dinner.
I didn't have a ton of outside experience. Like I'd never gone to the beach before at this
Look,
point in
I
my
get
life.
it.
I didn't know these things.
Right.
I get it because I've got a story similar where I might have unalived a kitten on accident.
What?
Okay, a kitten is different than a goldfish.
It is.
See?
Well,
Well-
a goldfish, yes. A school of
Okay,
goldfish,
it was a
that's
whole chain of
genocide.
goldfish.
That's
Yeah.
genocide.
Well, here's the
There
thing.
were a
At
lot.
5, you're really innocent. You just don't know things.
I
I wanted
understand.
to keep the cat, and I thought it was a stray cat outside. It was a young kitten that had just been born, and I thought, I don't want mom and dad to shoo this cat off. What am I going to do with it while
Put
I've
him in a
gone to
box.
school? I put him in a cooler
Mm,
and shut the lid.
that's
Schrodinger's-
really bad.
So he just
Schrödinger's
he just went to sleep, you know. He just
So when you got home from school,
I think it had already been taken care of,
your dad's a good man. He was a great man. 'Cause
right?
You know he took care of it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Because my mom didn't. I guarantee
No.
you mom didn't. It is hot in here.
Yeah, it's getting really toasty.
Yeah.
Boys.
Let's go.
I'm sweaty.
I am too.
Can you edit this out in post if I get like really shiny?
I mean, it's up to Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get
If
on
I
Jack.
get-
I'll get
if
on
I get-
Jack's good side.
If you get real shiny. Well, that's hilarious.
Next. Yep.
So, COVID really made us do some strange things. I've got this mega bed.
Mega bed. Yeah. So for context, COVID-19 happened 2020. That
Mhm.
happened to be the year I graduated high school. And so then I go to college
Mhm.
in August of 2020 when
Oh,
COVID
it
precautions
ramped.
are still
Yeah.
very super high
Mhm.
and they're doing all like, and then there was like an outburst and stuff. So you go to college, and my first couple months were like, you could only do things with your roommate. You wore a mask
Mhm.
everywhere. You like barely made any friends because you like couldn't meet anyone.
Correct.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Well, I did manage to make a few friends. Not like I had like a core little group I was tight with. Well, one night we were all like playing in the sprinklers together as we did at Baptist College at like 2 a.m. And we're all like in a circle huddling up. And someone was like, man, it'd be really bad if one of us had COVID right now. Ha ha ha. Turns out someone had COVID. And so what happened was that the way our school did it was if you had been, they did contact tracing. So if someone had COVID, they would contact trace
Somebody turned up the
anyone
heat.
they had been in contact with.
Because we said it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it just went back down. Maybe it's trying to. Oh,
Yeah. We said it at 110.
maybe it's just.
Yeah.
I
No.
don't know, team.
Hey, no, it's good. I feel
Carry
great.
on. The
I
quicker
feel
we get
awesome.
through stories, then the better. Then.
But so they would contact trace and they like use like social media and like stuff to figure out who they had been in contact with.
Right.
Well, we were freshmen. Of course, we were going to post when we hung out with our
Right.
friends. So everyone knew that we had been hanging out. So we all got contact traced. We were like, hey, they got a call. Hey, you got to be quarantined. You can go home.
This was
or
like
you can-
the 3 weeks or whatever.
It was 14 days. So we
14
had to do.
days.
Yep.
And they said you can either go home or you can be in an isolation dorm. Well, it's my first month of college.
Isolation
I'm
dorm.
hanging out with my
You're
friends.
like,
There's
I'm not going home.
10 of us who are all being quarantined. No way I'm going home. And so,
Right. And only one of y'all was maybe sick.
well, she wasn't with us. So there were COVID dorms and there were contact dorms. So they put us in the dorms of just people who had been in contact with it.
So it's 14 days of game.
Yeah, so much fun. But except we're in the abandoned dorms, and so it's ratchet. So anyways, we get a call. I pack a bag. We really quickly go into, it's called Ratliff Hall. We called it the Rat. It had been abandoned for a couple years, and then they turned them into like overflow isolation dorms. So we go in there, 3rd floor. It is just gross. Well, me and this girl named Mallory had become really close. We had already been planning on being roommates sophomore year, and we're like, this is going to be like a little tester. Like, this is going to be so much fun, like, to be roommates next year. So we're having a blast. I mean, no schoolwork's getting done. We're just getting noise complaints left and right. We had like a pulley system. People would like bring us food. I had an Eno strap, like the hammock, and I tied a Whataburger bag to it. And I would throw it out the window. We would get deliveries and like bring it back up. I was having the time of my life.
Right.
So much so that
It's like an abandoned treehouse.
oh, it was the greatest.
Oh, it was like yeah. Carry on.
But we took our 2 twin beds and we pushed them together to make mega bed. Is what we call it.
Okay.
That's just a king size bed.
But in college, it's mega bed.
Oh, okay. I've been an adult for a few years. I've got one of those.
So we literally all walk around all week going like mega bed, mega bed. We're so excited. We push it together. Everyone comes and piles in our bed and like watch movies at night. But Mallory and I were best friends, so we're loving this. Well, I told you we had the system. People would bring us food. Our friend Chris, shout out Chris Loftus. I haven't talked to him in a couple years, but he brought us McDonald's one day. We're so excited. We wanted real food. And so we get the chicken nuggets and we're all eating them. We don't have any furniture other than these beds, so we're eating in the bed.
No.
So we're eating. Then what do you do in quarantine? You eat and you nap. And you eat and you nap. So we finished our nuggets and then we took a nap. I wake up a few hours later and I'm like, Mallory's in the bed. I'm like, Mallory, what is that smell? What? And she wakes up and she's like, oh, that's so gross. What is that smell?
Food.
You guys, there was a little pack of McDonald's buffalo sauce that had gotten left in the bed, and we rolled over it in our sleep, and we had both been rolling in this buffalo sauce for like our 2.5 hour nap in our sleep.
I picture like a miniature version of you in a bowl and somebody just doing like this, like tossing the wings in it.
It was disgusting.
Oh,
but that was just part of COVID. We also had a challenge of like who can go the longest without washing their hair. Like we were like it was bad. It was really gross, you guys. A lot of stuff happens in quarantine.
You know, it's weird when you can say something that makes makes two grown men go,
Oh.
I don't know
I
about
mean,
that.
you were 19, 18, 19?
I was 18.
See, that's that young. That's that first taste of life outside of parents.
Oh yeah.
To where it's
Yeah.
like I'm a real adult, and then you're rolling around in barbecue
Buffalo
sauce or
sauce,
buffalo
yeah.
sauce.
It was brutal, you guys.
Not touching that. So we're going to go from one disgusting thing to another.
I'm scared.
Oh, this is the peak. So what is your obsession with peeing outside?
So here's the thing with that.
So she just got way more red.
I don't think that was temperature
My
related.
digital footprint is shot after this airs on the internet. But also, I mean, a lot of stuff happened your freshman year of college. Right?
Yeah.
And I kind of referenced it earlier. I went to Mississippi College, shout out MC, like small private Baptist college in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't like partying, like me. That's not like what you did there.
Clearly, we heard about Megabed. So
Yeah,
that's a party.
We like played like our
Played in
idea
the
of fun
sprinklers
was
at
like
2 a.m.
every night was like going to the gas station, getting the slushy and a blue juicy drop pop, riding around listening to music, and then like running in the sprinklers. So that's just kind of what we did.
I mean, it sounds like a vibe.
Oh, so much fun. Time of my life. But freshman year, this all kind of started. Actually, this is really funny. That same night that we were all playing, we're like, hope everybody has COVID. It's the middle of the night. We're playing in the sprinklers. A couple of my friends and I are like, man, we really need to use the restroom. But we're soaking wet, and none of us have our key cards to our dorms. So we already knew we were going to have to call someone to let us in and say, if we go in now, the night's over. So what do we do? Well,
problem solved.
it's the middle of the night. It's pitch black. There's a tree on the quad. We're playing in sprinklers, so like all we have to do is just go like rinse off.
No.
Like so,
Yeah.
Oh no.
So
you're
what
good.
do? It's
care
a
of
tree with
business.
like it's surrounded by bushes, and I'm from the middle of nowhere, so I went and peed outside. So one thing about me, and I've grown a lot in this.
Mhm.
I think I'm a little more secure now, but me from my childhood through freshman year of college, if I made you laugh doing something,
Oh no.
Oh, you
I'm gonna
win.
do it every chance I get.
No.
Well, my friends ate it up. They were like, "Shauna, you're
I can't believe-
unhinged. That's
I can't
hilarious."
believe you did that.
And that was like a drug to me. I was like, they think I'm funny. Like this is everything.
This is all I
And
do
so
now. This is me.
it became this challenge of like, how many more times can I do this? How many places on campus can I pee outside?
This is marks your territory.
And I hate that I'm not proud of this. Okay, I'm not at all. But it ended up, and I'm graduated now. I have the physical diploma. So
They can't take
they
it away.
can't take it away. I had a map, and so I got the quad. There's this
Mhm.
place outside called the Bowl. I got there.
Peed in the ball.
There's this thing called a Kugel. Got that. There was a couple different places. My crowning jewel was the football field. I was like, one day, you guys.
Like, hold on. Did you like?
Did you win?
Hold on. There's a couple different ways you can do this. All right, 50-yard line or end zone.
50-yard line.
Nice.
On the logo.
On the logo. Let's go. That's
Anyways,
legit.
so that was just kind of my thing.
Don't do that, kids.
Don't do it. I regret it. I'm embarrassed that I'm talking about this right now.
Totally looks like it.
I am. It's true.
She's red and everything. I don't
Listen.
know if it's almost 120 in here.
Yeah.
I'm sweaty.
Well, that's the plan though.
But yeah.
What is this? What are you doing?
The ad break. I just bought this from the vending machine. It's a lemon perfect water, hydrating lemon water, and flavor original lemon.
I will say their vending machines here are legit. I had an ostrich stick earlier because I love beef jerky and ostrich jerky and most jerky, and I was like, and you phone.
Wait. They had a bird. Like, is it a brand? I'm confused. I've never heard of ostrich jerky.
meat in jerky form.
That
Interesting.
sounds so weird.
So good. It's high protein, low fat.
Oh well,
I had one earlier. It was good.
nice.
I had some nerd clusters for dinner before I came. So I'm really
So,
doing it.
I mean, nerd
today.
clusters are
They're
fantastic too.
gas.
So
Oh,
They are
anything
so
for the
good.
viewers about peeing outside? Anything else?
Don't do it.
Even if their
listen,
friends laugh.
It's not worth the laugh. I mean, I got a lot of good laughs, but look at like one day I'm gonna have to look my children in the eyes.
So looking back, would you do it again?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
That hesitation is all we needed.
Current 22-year-old Shauna wouldn't do it. Right.
Right. But
18-year-old Shauna, you can't tell her anything.
right.
Nice. All right. So you have, is alter ego the right word? Alter persona?
Yeah.
McBuckets?
Listen. So around 9th grade, while I was dating my cousin, I also was playing basketball.
Can we put that on our resume? Around 9th grade when I was dating my cousin.
Oh gosh. Anyways, please don't fire me, future boss. But anyways, I played basketball my whole life, like little kid up until high school, and I was like, not like whatever. I was good. Like like 7th grade, I was like dressing out with varsity. I remember my coach being like, "You're really good at this. You're a future." So I would go to bed at night, all night long, like shooting in my room. Like I was basketball.
Oh yeah.
Something happened when I was in the 9th grade, and everyone grew, and I stayed the same height, and everyone like developed some athleticism, and I got slower, and I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I was no longer good at basketball. Like really bad, actually. My 9th grade.
So you stayed the same, and everybody else shot up.
Yes.
Yeah. So you didn't get worse. Everybody else got better.
Your perspective changed.
I no longer was good amongst my peers. You know, like so like for instance, my 9th grade season, I did have 66% shot accuracy. And that's because I shot the ball 3 times all season, and I made 2 out of those 3 shots.
66.
I mean, 66. It's not bad,
great.
But shooting the ball 3 times is terrible.
We're not talking about that.
So, all that being said, I played basketball still because my friends played, and I loved it, and I wanted to hang out with them. And if you play basketball, you got 6 periods for practice, 1 less class to take. So, I kept playing, but I was just no longer good. So instead of like getting like made fun of for that, I beat the curve and I made fun of myself for it. I was like, "Oh, you guys watch this? Oh, I'm so bad." And it just kind of morphed into like my friends started calling me McBuckets. That's what you call people who are really good and stayed getting buckets. I consistently got no buckets, and it was like, "Oh, yo, McBuckets up in here." And so it was kind of a thing. I would come out of the court like with this really sick like walkout song and then just airball. Like it was a lot of stuff was happening. So it became a thing. Well, I like to take things kind of up a notch, and so
especially if people laugh at it.
Yeah, and I was there was a bit that I was willing to commit to. It was hilarious, and so at that point in my life, like 9th grade, 2016, student athlete Instagram accounts were like really big, and there was a lot of like lore and stuff around like I'm a student athlete, like I'll give it 100% in the classroom and in the gym, and like I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Like that was just kind of like the thing, and so I thought it would be funny to make like a parody student athlete Instagram account. Right. And I called it McBuckets_GOAT, which
greatest of all time.
Yeah. I didn't know that when I made the account. And then later I just knew that people said like, "Oh, you're the GOAT." So I was like, "That's cool." Anyways, I made the account and I started posting. I would post like, if you want to follow, it's still active today. I started posting these like videos and pictures of me like in the gym or me like working out with these like really inspirational captions and stuff like that. To the point, I also started pretending that I was being sponsored by brands, and I would I would post these like big like ads and stuff like that. Like use code McBuckets23 for 10% off at checkout, like all that kind of stuff. To the point that I had a couple of like sports apparel brands reach out to me to like partner with them and like make content, and I didn't care that much.
No way.
But, like I had people and right now this isn't that crazy, but 2016. Influencing was just kind of like really taken off. Yeah. If you had like 200,000 followers at that point, it was kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah,
and there were some pretty big accounts hit me up.
How big of an account did you get?
I didn't have that many followers. I had like 100, but my stuff was just hitting the For You page a couple of times. And don't think it was like quality content either. It's literally like me like in the gym or like me like posting a picture with my teammates. Or like one time it was literally a picture of a bowl of butter noodles, and it said #carbo loading before the big season hits. Like stuff like that. It was so funny. And like everyone in my school like was so committed. They thought it was hilarious. I got to college, it kind of fell off. I kind of forgot about it until
because you were too worried about the mega bed.
Yeah, well, I mean my priorities shifted. The buckets had died.
Being outside in mega bed.
Listen, but then 2022, I moved to Memphis to intern. Someone found out about the account when our friend's Ty. He like thought it was funny. I was like, "Well, check this out." I reactivated the account.
Yes.
And my content kind of shifted because I no longer was posting like pictures of me in the gym and pictures of like me doing stuff. It turned into just like little videos I would make of me like shooting the basketball, but primarily me like crossing up small children. Like the kids I would like babysit and stuff like that. I'd be like, "Hey,
are you talking like pastor's kids?"
No, the only kids. So there's this one named John Caleb who I dated all through college. And every day I'd be like, hey, John Caleb, we got to make this video. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to do this and pretend like I broke your ankles. And he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, I'll buy you ice cream. And he said, okay. And so we do that. And then like
literally paid actor.
Oh yeah. There's one of me giving Lennon Desnoyer the work at the Memphis Children's Museum. Like we're out there and I'm just like.
For reference, Lennon is the child of Trey and Caitlin, who we did an interview with, where they sampled tea. So their wonderful daughter, who we talk about there, is the one that she hurt.
Yeah. Anyway, but so stuff like that, and so I haven't posted on it in a minute.
Was Lennon playing along, or did you like really cross her up?
Oh, I mean, like I don't think she even fell. She was trying to like beat me, but I was just shooting on her, like kind of.
So you bullied her.
Yeah, 100%.
You learned that from your brother too.
She's really short. Yeah,
100%.
And listen, Lennon's an only child. Everyone needs a little bit. Everyone needs a little bit of like big sibling, like you know.
Yeah. Look how good it did for you. You know what I'm saying?
It made me who I am, and I'm very like sure to tell Lennon that frequently. Like you're so mad at me right now, but one day you're gonna say thank you.
Me.
One day you will say thank you to me. Yeah, but that was Big Buckets. I haven't posted in a minute, but very much so, still alive and well. I think my bio, if you want to like get a little insight, is Big Buckets _go. My haters motivate me, boy with 2 eyes. So keep on hating. 66% shot accuracy. Go big or go home. That's kind of like the vibes. But
I think Tim's over there looking for it.
Don't worry about it. Y'all keep working.
Hey, so, it's good content up there.
We'll transition. So the next thing is, so you've got this this character you've created, which sounds fantastic. But I've seen a video of you where you did a rap video for the youth, and let me tell you, look,
it's legit.
It's legit. I was like, I mean, she's got a future in this.
Well, funny you should say that. After this video dropped and I went back to college, people legit thought that I was trying to make it as a Christian rapper because of this video. And so,
I mean, for it to be a fun endeavor, just to like the production value.
Oh, it was wonderful. Shout out Thailand Pier. He knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he did.
But so that
was this first year interning when you were up here. Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah. So
that's right, because it was in the parking lot
of Millington.
Yeah.
And in Ty's car.
Yeah.
We shot a little bit inside the church.
Mm-hmm.
But that all kind of started. So when I was a sophomore in high school, our church went to the same youth camp every summer, and we always had a talent show the last night. And on the way there, my best friend and I, Anna Carol, we were like, we need to do something really good for the show. One thing led to another, we decided to write this rap. And we changed the lyrics from Bodak Yellow by Cardi B, which was like the song of the year, to make it about Jesus, so it'd be church camp appropriate. And we performed at our
straight
talent
up
show.
Southern Baptist style.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And like this, we did it to be funny. Like, but also, it was really good. Like the lyric, we were on the charter bus the whole way. Every time we like wrote a new bar, we were like, oh, like yeah, we were so proud of ourselves. It was incredible. And so we get there, we perform it. We ended up losing out to my little sister and her friend who like played the ukulele, and it was so lame. We were so mad.
What, like over the rainbow kind of crap?
It was like just like a sweet little like song, and I think
they won because they were young, right?
Yeah, they were like 8th grade. Anyways, so then I kind of forgot about it. Moved on, lived my life. I come here to intern in 2022. On the way to camp, I'm in the car with Caitlin Desnoyer, and somehow it got brought up, summer camp, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wrote this rap one time, it was really funny. And she was like, can I hear it? We're in the car, so I'm like, oh yeah. So I play it, and I played the instrumental track. And then I rap for her. Well, Caitlin, she's my biggest fan. I love her so much. She was obsessed with it. Like, this is so funny. Everyone's got to hear this. And so one led to another. I ended up doing it for all the students. Wave Week that summer. We get back to the church after camp's over, and I kid you not, every time someone like new came into the office to visit, she was like, you guys got to hear something. It's hilarious. You guys got to hear it. So they would come in, she'd play it on her phone, and I would just rap.
So here's the problem. We need some bars.
You got any of it on? Can you, do you got 3 of them?
Well, my personal favorite line is, one second, let me get, what comes before it? I forgot. So, I mean, my favorite lyric of the whole song is, drop creation in 6 days, what man working hard is he? Because, yeah, I mean, the original says something like, I don't even want to repeat it, but it was about, like, the Lord, like, creating the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it all in 6 days. Like,
Right.
it was, I'm trying to think of anything else. There's, about creation in 6 days. What man working hard is he?
Yeah.
I don't bother with these haters. Don't let haters bother me. They see Jesus, they say no.
Oh,
But I know one day they'll see. Anyways, it's like 2 minutes long, the whole
It's
thing.
great.
it's
But,
so good.
Anyways, it turned into a thing. We recorded a music video, played it for our students. It was hilarious. But it's one of those things that, like, I don't know if you guys know this term, but like you could say a girl boss too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was a joke. Like,
Right.
it was funny. But then, like, it kind of wasn't a joke anymore. Because we had all these parents sharing on Instagram being like, I'm so thankful for, like, people like Shauna making, like, music for our students who love rap music, but that's appropriate. And I was, like, commenting, like,
this isn't real. This isn't real.
And then I get back to college, and people are like, "You made records for the summer. You're gonna be a rapper now. That's so cool." And I was like,
That was not
the plan.
That was not it.
anyways,
It has gotten hot in here.
yeah,
feels
I'm very
wonderful.
sweaty.
Yeah.
That's great.
Remember when you were like, you felt comfy? You're like, oh, this ain't gonna be nothing. And now you're like,
All right. So we're gonna try to get through this next one. Croissant. What is this?
I keep talking about Trey and Caitlin and Lennon. Context for that: when I moved to Memphis, I moved under the premise of, hey, I need an internship for school. You need interns at this church. That was kind of it. Internships are unpaid. I've got to finish college. I want to do it. So I moved with no money. And so someone had to house me. It was my brother at first. Well, then they get pregnant. So now my room becomes the nursery.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler. Shout out Jane. I love you. But now my room's the nursery. It's like, where am I going to live? Well, because of my rap and how much she just admired my skills.
that's it.
I had become pretty tight with the Des Noyers, and they
adult adopted you.
Adult adopted me. Like, redid a whole room for me. So, in all that to be said, the past year I've spent an exceptional amount of time with them. And I guess sometimes I get, like, fake mad. I'm like, you want to fight? Haha. And one day I did that to Trey, and he was like, Brett, that little baby croissant ain't gonna hurt me. And he was referencing my fist. And for context, I have exceptionally soft hands. Like, I don't know why. You would think I've never worked a day in my life. I mean, they're like baby smooth. And they're just kind of like squishy. And so if I do my hand like this.
What's that like? I mean,
my fist is not intimidating. I'm aware. So I did that and part of the croissant.
Yeah, it's like a baby Whopper.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be scared of there. Well, it kind of just became like a joke. We would talk about it. I'd hold my fist up and they'd put like croissant.
Oh, there's a whole croissant emoji picture.
Yeah, but one night we were talking about like my hands being croissants, and Trey's cooking dinner, and Caitlin is holding a dinner roll, and he made some comment like, "You can't tell the difference." I kid you not, you guys, closes his eyes, and it's like, you guys both punch me, one with the dinner roll, one with Shauna's hand, and I'm gonna guess which one's which. And so I'm not like as hard as I can punching him, but I'm giving him like this, just kind of like consistent. And Caitlin's holding a roll and doing the same thing. We're on both sides of his face, like so. And then a few seconds in, he's like, "Ha." He's like, "Come on, like, do it for real."
2 rolls, yeah.
And then we're like, we start laughing. We're like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "Do it for real. I wanted to know if I can tell." And
truthfully, unintentionally,
he thought there were 2 dinner rolls punching his face. And so it just became a thing. We started calling my hands little croissants, and it would be like, I would always be like, "Hey, you hungry?" And I told myself, kind of a thing.
Good. You have a
Um,
knuckle sandwich? No, I got a knuckle croissant.
Yeah, anybody got some butter? I'm ready. So that, you could go all day really, but that's the context of my little croissant hands.
So speaking of croissant, you have a croissant tattoo.
I just got it this week in honor of my little croissant fist and the inside joke of my croissant hands right here. Got it at Pure 13 at the mall. It's really fun when people ask you where your tattoo to say.
You went to the mall?
Yeah, it's so much fun to be like, "Where'd you get that?" "Oh, it's the mall," because they think you're kidding. But no,
like one, why'd you go to the mall?
it was open.
It's always open.
Exactly.
So I want to share some stories because I have a few, just three. I
have none.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm not against it. Just never done it.
That's a podcast. He gets a tattoo live on air.
I don't have that one. Another one. So this is my oldest. I got it at 18. I designed, actually, that's Hebrew, so I didn't design it. But I designed both of those. So I designed this in A18 male tribal that had to be back there. But it was a statement. It was no matter what happens, I'm for God. Like that's this. This is the out of the house. I need a tattoo to show that this is who I am, regardless. 2023, Pastor Stevie challenged us to pick a word, and my buddy Jack and I picked pain because he had preached about you cannot grow without pain. So there was no growth without pain.
Word.
Right? Right? You cannot grow without pain. So this is the Hebrew word for pain and suffering. So that is why Jack and I both have this tattoo.
That's cool.
And then this last one, show you. Cool. It's a silhouette of my father, who, if you've listened to the podcast, know died. We can laugh about it.
Yeah, now we can.
So he was a pastor. This is a silhouette of the last picture that was taken of him in his cowboy hat and duster. And he was a pastor. He was a pastor for like the last 15, 20 years. And he always preached about standing in the gap. There's got to be someone to stand in the gap. And so that is literally him standing in the gap.
In the gap. That's really cool.
So I say all this because there's so much meaning to my tattoos and what I do. I just want to know what deep meanings. First of all, on your first tattoo.
My first tattoo, we'll do a little tattoo tour. My first tattoo I got when I was 21. I just turned 21, and my friend Daly had just purchased a tattoo gun, and I was like, "You want to do something?"
Daly's also been on the podcast.
She was like, "Yeah, sure," and she was like, "I don't know if I don't want to pull it off." I was like, "I trust you, do whatever." So we get on Pinterest, like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I have no idea." We scrolled through some things. Oh my goodness! And
it's the heat.
Doing that. A little flustered.
And we found a couple, and that's like 2 pictures. I looked at my brother, and I was like, "Which one of these you like more?" And they were both really dumb. He's like, I said, "Just pick one." He pointed. I was like, "All right, do that." And it ended up being this little duck on a skateboard wearing rain boots. We named him Jeffrey, and the only meaning behind him is that I wanted a tattoo, and it was either this or a dinosaur on a skateboard. And I just showed Cole both the pictures, and he was like, "That one, sure, you're done." And I got the tattoo. I loved it. I was really excited about it. And then all my friends from school were like, "What are you doing? That's so dumb." And this is just, I think, a little bit about me. I just grew up very, like, I'm trying to find the best way to say this, but just, like, very immersed in, like, deep South, like, church culture, right?
Yeah.
If anyone I grew up with saw this, they would, like, pray for me immediately, right?
So I ran into some of my dad's old what do they call it? Congregation. And I was like, "Yeah, here's a picture of him." "Oh yeah, it's great."
And so then I get to college, and it's like, okay, tattoos are okay now. No one's mad about them, but they're only good if they have like a super deep theological meaning.
Right.
Yeah. Not that those tattoos are bad, but that was like the only tattoo that was acceptable. And so I was just
Shauna did.
I was in my rebellious, like, "Yeah, I'll show you." I don't know who I was showing. I got this duck on a skateboard that means nothing. And then one thing led to another. I got this crown tattoo right here. This one actually has a little bit of meaning. Nothing significant. I only have this because Justin Bieber has the same one tattooed on his chest. And I thought that'd be fun because I love Justin Bieber.
You're a believer.
Look right at the camera and say that again.
I love Justin Bieber. So much so I got a tattoo for him. Love you, Justin. And
he's not dead. He's not dead.
Justin, if you're listening, I love you so much. Listen, today I took a BuzzFeed quiz, and it was picture of Justin Bieber that were chopped, like his head was cropped out, and you had to guess what year it was just based on his outfit. I only missed 2 out of 12.
So that's actually how the NSA classifies stalkers.
All that being said, then I went to the beach with my friend Kaylee. We were like, "Let's get a tattoo." We walked in a tattoo shop. She said, "What do you want?" I don't know. Here's my Pinterest board. Surprise me. And she surprised me with this doggy balloon animal tattoo, which I'm obsessed with. It's my favorite. And then this week I went with one. I don't know if this is allowed. I mean, I guess it is. I'm leaving. But I took one of our students to get her first tattoo.
She 18?
Yeah, she's 18. And her parent, I got permission from her mother.
Oh, then you're good.
Say, like, "Hey, can I take her?" So we took her to first tattoo. I got some ink as well. I got my little croissant for my croissant hands. And then this one, which I really love, and it's kind of an acquired taste. Everyone's not going to get it, but I got. Sorry, I'm so sweaty and sticky right now.
There's no reason why.
I got lorem ipsum right there. You guys know what that is?
Nope.
Lorem ipsum is the Latin dummy text that's used as placeholder in like all graphic design projects.
Nice.
So if you were to like start like
that, I was like, it sounds familiar, and I remember seeing it like in headings.
It before. If you have like a template document,
okay, yeah,
or like if I'm like making a project and I don't know like
what
the brand's name or anything yet,
right. Lorem ipsum goes
you
there.
put lorem ipsum as like the placeholder.
Because then you can search and replace, and you know where it goes. Instead of just putting X.
He knows to explain things to me.
Yeah.
He makes eye contact and everything when he does it.
This one's funny. I kind of like reversed myself because I told you guys like, oh, I got all my tattoos to mean nothing. And then I was explaining this to someone, and I was like, yeah, it's a placeholder text. Like, it literally like has no meaning. And I was like, kind of like all my tattoos, like they don't mean anything. They're just like there. And like this one, that's like kind of like what it signifies. And I was like, no, Shauna, you're being like the whole purpose of your tattoos is they don't mean anything.
It's way too deep.
It doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, we have reached the end of our questions for you. We do have this last thing we like to do is let you tell us where you're going, because as we've talked about this off camera, we thought our podcast was cursed. We're very happy that you told us before we filmed that you plan on leaving us. Not that we're happy you're leaving.
Sorry, you guys.
But
right after we became friends and everything.
Right?
Jesse and I have a newfound friendship in the past couple months, and I'm gonna miss you, bro.
Right.
You too, Tim.
Yeah, whatever. No, I'm done.
We've just been friends.
Yeah.
I used to wake up every Thursday, and you were the first thing.
She would wake up and see me first. I mean, that was
We
weird.
were at the house.
I was at the house. We were. It was discipleship for with Cole.
So where are you going?
I am, in like 30 days, moving from Memphis to Atlanta, Georgia, to be a student resident at Passion City Church. And so I'm super excited. It's been, Passion City Church is like, if you don't know, affiliated, a part of the founding church of the Passion Movement, Passion Conferences, kind of all that goes into it. But like I said, I'll be working for the church in their student ministry, kind of handling all things like creative, graphics, social media, just on site for students.
So it's kind of like the next step, not following after your brother, but like
you're parallel to
the first time that I've done something that my brother didn't do first.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
Because he has never lived in Atlanta before, so it's a little scary. I did try to get him to come to Atlanta.
Oh, I know. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, I did what he told me no.
Yeah.
I'm still working on it though.
I know.
So
I know you're still working on it,
Yeah.
but I'm going to use Baby Jane as that anchor.
I would be lying if I told you I haven't found several job opportunities for him in the same.
You know how much harder it would be that further away from Hazelhurst and further away from Memphis, where
he'd have me.
Yeah, you have work. So
we're proud of you too.
Thank you guys so much.
You've grown so much since we saw you as an intern.
Right.
I mean, Jesse and I both served on production for the last 4 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. But seeing you come in and just going from this uncomfortable, nervous, around us kind of person to where now you're just like bulldozing, you're bulldozing stuff out the way. It's
right.
awesome.
Well, that's very kind.
Even when you don't know something, you're quick to be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have said that 3 years ago.
Well,
that's a strength.
Production stuff, I have just learned because I come here and my brother does the production stuff, and I can do some of what Cole does. So everyone's assumption is, oh, you're a Gandenberger, you got this. And I was like, okay, big shoes to fill, I can do it. So there was so much time that I spent like, I know I can't do it, but I have to know I can do it. And then I would fumble and die every time. And so I've learned to just be like,
it was great.
I can't do it.
It's like sometimes it's like, hey, this messed up on PvP, which is the system we use, and I'm not any good at. I'm like, Jesse's not here? No, Shauna's got it. No question. I had no doubt. I was like, Shauna's got it.
I told my future boss at Passion not too long ago, he was like, what are you excited about? What are you not excited about? And I said, listen, if you tell me this is part of my job, ignore what I'm going to say, and I'm so excited. But I don't think it is, so I think I'm in the clear. I'm so excited to not touch anything with production. I was like, I can't wait for just the computers to work and no one think that I know how to fix them. And he was like, oh no, you're not touching production. And I was I'm so excited because that's my least favorite thing. But I love the team.
Yeah,
so
right.
It makes it all worth it.
It does make it worth it.
Well, think it's time for the wrap up.
Yep, do the outro.
For Cutscene Conversations.
You say I'm Tim first.
So we're going to cut that. We're going to try it again.
Okay.
Say your name when we stop on you.
Okay.
For Cutscene Conversations, I'm Tim.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Shauna.
We'll see you next time.
I want to go, like, take over the world.